Welcome back. It's another episode in Creep on June 2026 and our Grimwood fairy tales. Now, in our last episode, the children had been in the Hall of Mirrors, and then outside of the graveyard they met the lost girl with the lantern, and she disappeared into the churchyard, leaving the twins leaning against the church railings, wondering what on earth they were going to do now. Well, they decided they'd got no choice but to continue walking. And they'd been walking for some while, and lots of things going around in their minds, but Frida in particular was reflecting on the strange drink that the rat had given them in the Hall of Mirrors, because she felt pretty lightheaded and floaty. In fact, she felt so odd that she didn't quite believe her eyes when another building appeared in the forest. She blinked several times because this looked like something straight out of a fairy tale. Sunlight filtered through the trees and sparkled off a cute cottage that looked, for all the world, as though it was made of gingerbread. Freddie gasped, and impulsive as ever, he rushed towards the cottage and licked a wall. Oh, gross, Frida thought. But she followed through the garden gate towards the beautiful cottage. By the time she reached Freddie, he'd broken off a piece of the windowsill and was sitting contentedly in the sunshine, munching away. "It's wonderful, Frida. It really is gingerbread," he enthused. Frida was just debating whether to try a piece when a voice from behind them startled both the twins, and they looked around, and there they saw the most beautiful squirrel, dressed in a lovely red cape and carrying a basket. Now Frida was worried that the squirrel would be angry. Freddie had, after all, just broken off a piece of her cottage and was eating it. But on the contrary, the squirrel seemed really friendly. She looked at Freddie and then at Frida and merely said, "Well, if you're hungry enough to be eating my house, you'd better come inside." After all their recent experiences, Frida wasn't at all sure that she wanted to go into the cottage, and she glanced back towards the garden gate, trying to decide if they could run for it or not. But the squirrel was already leading Freddie into the house, chatting away pleasantly. Frida suddenly noticed a stone propped up on the inside of the gate. "Nibble, nibble, little mouse, who is nibbling at my house?" Well, she thought that doesn't sound too sinister. After all, it was Freddie who'd been nibbling at the house and not a little mouse. And she didn't really want to leave Freddie on his own, so she turned and followed Freddie into the house, pushing any doubts that she had out of her head. No sooner had they got through the door than the squirrel's demeanour changed completely. She grabbed both of the children and threw them into a waiting cage, slamming the door and padlocking it so quickly that the twins didn't have time to react. The twins were so shocked by this turn of events that they really didn't know what to do. And they just huddled together, sitting on the floor of this cage, staring in bewilderment at the squirrel. Now, for her part, the squirrel just carried on as though nothing unusual had happened. She started unpacking her basket of groceries and putting things away. And, just really carried on with her jobs. It was a few minutes before she'd finished putting things away, and she lit the fire and put a big cauldron of water on to boil. And she, almost like she remembered that the twins were there. She turned round to look at them. "Oh," she said, "you are sitting together quite beautifully, so that I can eat you up one after the other." And with that, she cackled away. And that, my friends, is where we will leave our twins for today. And we will wait and see in the next episode how they get out of this cage. And if they do, are they out of the cage and into the cauldron? Come back next time and we will find out. For now, ka kite ano.